Yeah, so it becomes more of a radical, fighting for civil rights, equal rights, political rights, economic rights. Um, in the 1930s, he'll publish Black Reconstruction in America, which is very, very important text because it looks back at the Reconstruction period, which we'll talk about in the Souls of Black Folk, is the period after the Civil War, 1865 to 1878, right? And so this is a formal program by the U.S. government, right, to try um, to re-engineer Southern society, right? So Southern society, which was based on slavery, which and had lost the war, right, the Civil War. The American government goes in and is now going to try to, build from the ground, not from the ground up, but try to re-engineer an existing society and make it a more equitable society and give African Americans, a place within that society. So it's trying to bring African Americans up on a systematic level, right, who had been enslaved for 400 years, and it's trying to give them, political power, social power, all types of, individual rights and all those things that all citizens of the United States, have. And so this is, a program during, for 13, 14 years, which ends in the late 1870s, right? And when it ends there, then you have Jim Crow, Southern culture take effect, separate but equal segregation, which lasts until the 1960s when you had the next civil rights movement of Martin Luther King and others. And so the important thing to know is that the Reconstruction period, right, in common American culture was seen as a failure, was seen as an attempt to to destroy Southern culture, right? And so it was really sort of vilified, right? It was seen as an early attempt to socially re-engineer, right? And so basically, Southern culture was able to say, we're the victims now, right? And we need to cast off Reconstruction. Reconstruction was a failure. And this was the dominant attitude for a century, and at least until the 1930s. And that's when Du Bois writes his piece, which says that no, Reconstruction did a lot of good things. It was a success, right? And we have to get back to that idea of it.